Hi, I'm your professor, Katrina Kopolov, for the Color Theory class, Art 215. So I'm just showing you a little bit about the website and Canvas and the syllabus and things like that to get you started. So right now we're in the dashboard. If you go to the dashboard, it should look something a little bit like this. It's going to have all the classes that you're taking. So I want you to go there and then click on the Color Theory course. And I'm going to set it to student view. So this is what it's going to look like when you first click on the course. You're first going to go into the syllabus, which we're going to talk about. And then I just want to show you here, we've got home, which is the syllabus. I set the home to the syllabus. We've got modules, and this is what you're going to be using for the weeks for the class to actually do the class. Discussions, which you're going to be I might post a discussion question that you have to participate in, and this is where you're going to go ahead and answer that, and then other people will answer that too. Your grades, so you can see how you're doing in the class as I grade things. These are all the students in the class, so you can find yourself, you can find me, the teacher, and then, for instance, say you're like, oh, I know Teresa, and I want to ask her something, but I don't know her, where she is. So anyway, you can put your contact here if you want, that's optional for you. Then a Zoom link, so say I schedule to have a Zoom class. This is where you're gonna access that. So say, Friday at such and such a time, we're having a Zoom class meeting. You go here, and then the link is gonna go there, and then you're gonna join the class live. I'm not gonna really use that this much. I will let you know if I do. This is good for resources. If you have any questions about anything, we've got technology, help, the help desk. I would get out a notebook for the class notebook and write these things down. This is really helpful for you. The email of the help desk, the phone number, things like that. You might need that in the future, of our uncertain future. And then let's go back. I think that was it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about there. I'd like to talk a little bit before we get into the syllabus about my own work and who I am. Some of you might recognize me from the Art 102 class that I had with you last year. And some of you do not recognize me at all. So this is my portfolio website. It's just my name, katrinakopolov.com. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about how I use Photoshop and Illustrator in my own work as when I am illustrating projects. So I'm a freelance illustrator. I've worked on mostly picture books and some what's called editorial illustration, which is talking about magazines, graphics for magazines. So this was created traditionally with colored inks and watercolor. And even though this is done traditionally, I did use Photoshop a lot to help me photo collage certain sketches together, photo references together to work out the composition, and also to figure out where does the text go and where does the image go. So Just because an artist uses, or a graphic designer, or anyone wants to work traditionally with traditional media, that doesn't mean that the computer can't help you, right? It's just a tool, another tool. This is what's called an end paper, and end papers are found only in hardcover books. We're not going to do that assignment in this class, but that was created in Illustrator. Some of you are familiar with that from my classroom before. I'll show you a little bit of the difference between my digital work and my traditional work. So what you saw before was traditional, and this is digital coloring. So I still do all of my line work on paper with ink or with traditional media, and then I scan it, and then I would do all the coloring in the computer. And so we're going to talk a lot in this class about color theory, about adding textures, adding halftones, and really delve into digital coloring. So that's some of my work. You can check it out on your own. You can kind of see, gradients, and the difference between this is traditional and digital. So let's go back to the syllabus for the class. I'm going to talk about what we're going to do. Everyone should have Illustrator and Photoshop installed on your computer. As of now, the computer lab is open. I'm not sure if that's going to change. So you do have access at this point now, but I suggest everybody to get, if you don't already, you definitely need Photoshop and Illustrator on a computer. This is a rubric for how I'm going to grade assignments. That is 4 parts. Did you follow instructions, the craft and design elements, your originality and participation, and as well as professionalism and presentation. These are the assignments that we're going to do in this class, so this is important. The first half of the class is going to be dealing with Photoshop, and the second half of the class is going to be dealing with Illustrator. This is a Art 215 class, which means that you should have already had Art 102, which means you should already have had an introduction into the software. So this is not a beginner level class. Some of it might be reviewed for yourself, and some it's like, I don't remember that, right? So we're gonna have a color sketchbook where you're gonna need to collect different images from life. You're gonna be making your own color swatches. We're gonna be making an emoji, and we're gonna learn about live tracing in Illustrator. Notice there's a difference between assignments and exercises. Assignments are 20% of your grade. They're very important. Exercises are 12% of your grade. They're more just to learn a technique. So step by step, I'm not looking so much at the creativity here as much as, did you follow directions? Did you do the exercise in a way that I can tell now you know that skill and you can take that into your assignment? And then lastly is class participation. So I would like everyone to review the syllabus here, these weeks. We're gonna try to follow it as closely as we can. If there is any change, I will let you know. Please don't get super rigid about what the syllabus on here. Things might have to change. Just view it as a skeleton we might not get to some things. I might see, oh man, everybody needs way more time on this one project, so I'm going to extend that, and that means I'm going to get rid of something else. It's flexible. We need to be flexible. We're an organism as a class. So, you know, we need to make it evolve with our time frame, and I'll always let you know if there's a change in the syllabus. Okay, the last thing I want to let you know, and I'm going to have to leave the student view, is the weeks. So let's go here. Okay, we were on the syllabus, right? So in the modules area, this is where your actual class is. And right now, you should see this getting started. These are just resources for you. This is when the actual class is going to begin. So this module week topic, right? So this should have all of the content for our class. As you can see, it's not in yet, but don't worry about that. That's going to be updated. I'm just letting you know the navigation of this website. So now you know where things are. You're gonna, you know, when it's gonna take you to the syllabus when you go to home every single time. Go to the modules. The modules is where the weeks are, and you're gonna click on that, and you're gonna have things that you have to do. And then if we zoom, you need to go to the zoom button, right? And then you can open up that. If anybody has any questions, just let me know. I think I've covered everything. My email address is my last name, kopoloff@lasalle.edu. So I'm looking forward to the semester. We're going to have a great time. We're going to do a bunch of delve really hard into digital coloring. We're going to delve really hard into Adobe Illustrator, and we're going to create a package of stickers and learn about color. All right, so that is all, and please review the syllabus.